Hi, my name is Desiree, and this is my week 4 overview for Java 1. And I'm going to go over my code and answer questions. So how did my app come out? It came out pretty good. I'll go ahead and start showing you. Again, my phone, I did drop it, so yeah, it's kind of broken. But here's the app icon. I think I'm going to turn this down again. Can you see it? Or, okay. There's that icon. It's a little circle. It's got a cloud. It's called Clouded. Basically, when you're bored and your head's in the clouds, in the sky, whatever, you want to start to do music by genre. My app pulls recent music based on a genre, and the few genres I have, kind of limited, not really, but okay. So yes, I know my phone. So anyway, here's the app. Click on it. Hey, I think I shut it off. Okay, click on it. Opens up, and when it opens up, I'm gonna have to open it up again because I'm not gonna really be able to see this. But when you open it up on the very, very top, you're gonna see. So look here. You're gonna see where it says it's connected to mobile, which is one of the requirements that it still connects. So, but you can't really see it, but it fades in, and then it disappears once the user already saw that. So then you click on the genre. There's the name of the app with the icon. Click on the genre. Select a genre, actually. And let's just select anyone. Hip hop. And it'll pull up a list of songs or artists under that genre. And then, of course, I'm going to get out of the app. I'm going to put it on airplane mode really quick so you can see how the connection is probably not going to work now. I'm going to open it back up, and it should give me an alert. Hold on. Sorry, I didn't close it out. So now it's giving me an alert saying that you are not connected to the internet. You can barely see it. And then it tells you up here, which it went away. Excuse me. It's the same thing. It'll fade in, but it'll just say that you're not connected. See, it says it up there. You're not connected. And then it'll go away as well. And then you can click out of that. And then you can also go back into the app. I'm going to turn the Wi-Fi back on. Take it off airplane mode. Excuse me. That was kind of killing me. Okay. I'm going to load it back up. Again, there's the connection. And click on one of those. And then if you click on one, of course, iTunes doesn't let you actually view the music, which I want it to do. You actually have to go to iTunes in order to do that. Or buy a badge, which I was only using this for this purpose of the class. So I'm going to go ahead. You can actually go to iTunes. It'll open up iTunes webpage. Or you could have hit cancel and go and return to the app. So the design part was really easy. It was really fun to do, so I'm going to go ahead and go over the code really quick because I know that I'm probably pressed for time here. So pretty much what we had to do this week, as long as our app was working properly last week, we didn't have too much work, so everything went pretty well for me last week. So this week was not that hard, and basically all we really had to do was take some of our Java code, like your list view, text views, whatever, and change all of that, transfer that into XML. So I have all my XML files here, my activity main. I added some color, tweaked it a little bit. I added some styling to the text and to the background color. Within my actual main activity, I kept, of course, you still keep like some of the code that you're using. The only thing you really needed to move over was, of course, those text views or whatever you were using, and then just leave the actual functioning some of the functioning here. What I added in was this handler, which allows that fade in to, actually not the fade in, that's actually in my alpha. I created an extra XML so that the timer would go away, or the text view would fade in, and then I added the handler to make it go away, because I didn't really like how the text was just sitting there like you're connected to Wi-Fi. It just didn't look right, and I didn't want to center it. I wanted it to fade in and then disappear. So I wanted to add another alert saying after the user clicked on something, I wanted it to pop another alert saying they're still connected to Wi-Fi, but I couldn't get that to work, so it's taking me a little bit of time. So I just kept it as is. If they sign up, if they were to go in and out of the app, if something were to happen and exit the app and go back in the app, they'd see that they were still connected. And then I also just kept my connection. The only thing I did do is, one of the requirements was in my library folder, we had to, what I did with the connection files, I pulled my connection files, I exported them onto my desktop and as a jar file so that I can use it as pretty much a library. Basically, like a jar is just code that is stored somewhere else so that anyone can use that jar file and import it into their project and use it instead of actually having to write that code themselves. So what I did was take my two files that I created, that network connection file, those two files, I exported them again, I pulled in my connection, then you got to import your jar back into your project, and I imported that jar back in there, and the connection, as you saw in the app, is still working. So that was, I had some trouble with that in the beginning, but then I kind of got snapped to it, so it's actually working, so that's good. And then the rest of this was just my code from last week, my view and my spinner code, and that's all still the same. So really all we had to do was just add in the design part, the styling, and then just tweak it a little bit so it'll look really nice. So I think that really went well for me. The only thing, let's see, what would I have done differently? Like I said, I wanted to add the alert. I would have done a little bit more. I'd like to get to a point where I can make actually like almost a full-blown app, have a little bit more time to play with Java. I don't, as of now, prefer Java over Objective-C. I haven't grasped the whole concept of Java. I think there's so much that you can learn with Java that it gets overwhelming to me. So I still think that I need a little bit of work. But I think once I get it, I'll enjoy it because it'll come to me a lot quicker than it is right now. It's taking me 4 classes of Java just to get it. So it's pretty difficult, you know, when it's your first time programming ever in life. So it's a struggle, but I'm getting there. But I do prefer Objective-C. Came to me quicker. To me, it's a lot more fun to play with, but that's just my opinion. I could definitely use a lot more clarification on how to use different APIs, how to properly use them, and reading a lot of the code when you go to certain APIs, it's very confusing. And then I know the basics of creating like a simple app with Java, but I guess what gets confusing is really when you're told to do one thing, you know, in Java, there's so many different ways of doing it. It makes me feel like if I do it one way, it's completely wrong. So my thing is, it would be helpful not to give students the answers, but to kind of baby step them through Java, because I think Java is very difficult to learn in such a short amount of time. So I think that with the amount of time that we have to learn Java, we should really be taken through it like baby steps, because it's not as easy for anyone who hasn't programmed before. So that's the only thing. And hopefully next month will come a lot smoother. But I guess we shall see. All right, thank you.